I don't think learning has been this accessible in entire human history. We can learn anything whenever we want to, wherever we want to. But at the same time, we are also losing our ability to concentrate. And I don't think it's too difficult to guess what's the reason behind both of these two things. Internet. Hello everyone, my name is Roshan and on this channel I talk about English learning, books and movies. And this is a series of videos where I teach spoken English in context. I talk about one single topic and we discuss a lot of sentences structures, vocabulary and conversational questions so that people who are not able to find partners, they can practice along with me. Today is our topic number 24 and we are discussing. In this lesson, we will talk about online learning in English. And for that, we are following the same usual format. This is our usual format. And if you are also struggling with your spoken English, you can reach out on my number. I have different kinds of WhatsApp groups where beginners, intermediate level students practice. And also these classes are conducted live on Zoom. So if you want to be part of those groups or if you want to learn English in individual classes, feel free to message me on this number. So to discuss this topic, now we will move in my room and talk about everything in an order. So here we are. I've got my laptop with the questions and let's start the video with a very simple question. Do you enjoy online learning? In terms of enjoyment, I'll always choose offline, but online learning has its own charm. And I love it for various reasons. One of them is that accessibility. You can access the videos wherever you want to. If you can download them, you can carry your class to wherever you want to. And the timing is also flexible. And also you can learn from people whom you couldn't even imagine to meet in real life. What happens in local areas, you are not able to meet the kind of people you want to meet. But online makes it possible. You can access any kind of teachers as long as their courses are available on the internet. The only difference is engagement. When you are studying something or learning something offline, there is a lot to discuss. Now, here is the format that you can follow. Yes, I really like, enjoy or prefer online learning because it is flexible, comfortable or convenient. I can study from home, anywhere or even while traveling without wasting time. It gives me access to global teachers, new courses or better opportunities. The next question is, what platforms do you use for online learning? I have used multiple platforms and on YouTube, the quality is good. A lot of courses are free. So that's what I always go with. But I have also taken a few courses when I was in class 12th or during my first year of college. So I studied on some private softwares and Zoom calls. And now I also have my own English classes which I run online. So for that, I conduct all of those classes live either on Zoom, Google Meet, and sometimes over an audio call. Here is the format. I often use YouTube, Zoom, Google Classroom, or online apps to study. These platforms help me learn at my own speed, time, or comfort. Sometimes I attend live classes, recorded lectures, or interactive sessions depending on my schedule. The next question is, what do you like most about online learning? The best thing about online classes are affordability. You can afford those classes. As I mentioned in my first answer, flexibility of timing. The kind of person I am always distracted. But at the same time, I'm able to put myself in a situation where if I'm not feeling like studying right now, I can study later on. So that's flexibility is there. And second, you can access a lot of good content, a lot of teachers whom you couldn't even imagine to meet. So these three things, great content, flexibility of timing, and accessibility to all kinds of teachers. Let's follow the format. I like that online learning is affordable, flexible, or time-saving. I can learn from experts, professionals, or teachers worldwide without leaving my home. It also allows me to replay videos, practice anytime, or ask questions online. Overall, it gives me more confidence, control, or independence in my studies. Last question of this format. What challenges do you face in online learning? The biggest challenge I faced earlier was internet issues, but now that problem is also solved and distractions. I think that's the biggest problem. When you are attending a recorded online class, you feel like you can postpone it, you can study it later. So that flexibility become a curse. But if the classes are live and you don't have access to recorded classes, then you have to show up there. It depends on individual, like what kind of a person you are. If you are disciplined enough to attend live classes or recorded classes, so that's one problem, distraction. And earlier it was internet. Here's the format. Sometimes I face distractions, poor internet, or lack of focus while studying online. It can be hard to stay motivated, disciplined, or regular on my own. I also miss face-to-face interaction, group discussions, or classroom energy at times. Still, I try to stay consistent, positive, or focused to get the best results. Now we are at the section of model phrases. You can use them to describe online learning. I'll explain the term, I'll make a sentence. So just practice along with me. The first one is learning on the go. It means that you can learn even while you are traveling, even when you are moving. You can make a very simple sentence like recorded classes make learning on the go accessible. Next, just one click away. You are one click away to learn English. Just click and learn English at my own pace. Because of YouTube and recorded classes, I learn at my own pace. I can slow down the video, I can increase the speed of video, and I can watch multiple times a single video. Next, breaking the barriers of distance. Online learning has made it possible to learn from different teachers around the world, and we are breaking the barriers of distance. Knowledge without borders. There is no border in online learning. If you have the access to the course, you are good to go. Anytime, anywhere learning. It literally means what is written here. YouTube has made it possible anytime, anywhere learning. Next, Zoom fatigue is real. I mean, when you are attending 4 hours of session right on the Zoom, you feel that fatigue. You don't have the energy to go on. Next, online learning is the new normal. After COVID, this is our reality. It has become our new normal. Next, click, learn, repeat. A very simple or catchy phrase. Click, learn and repeat. Last, education without limits. Online classes had made it possible, education without limits. So these were some modern phrases. Now let's discuss vocabulary. My job is to read these words to you and your job is to make sentences. The words are platform, course, lecture, instructor, assignment, discussion, breakout room, recorded, session, virtual, webinar, interactive, digital, subscription, certificate, feedback, resources, upload, download, and participation. The next segment of vocabulary is adjective, and adjectives are describing words. So use these adjectives to describe your opinion on online learning. The words are flexible, convenient, affordable, interactive, modern, innovative, practical, accessible, challenging, distracting, engaging, independent, global, digital, fast-paced, effective, personalized, useful, motivating, and dynamic. Now, we are at the most important segment of the video. This is where you can use the term shadow practice. I'll read the question, I'll answer it, and your job is to repeat after me, or you can also make your own sentences. The first question is, how often do you attend online classes? So when it comes to learning, I don't have any fixed timing, but when it comes to teaching, I have a schedule that I have to follow from morning, afternoon, and then in the evening. So these days, I'm attending at least 10 classes every day. Next, do you prefer learning live or through recorded videos? It depends on what kind of things I'm learning, but mostly I prefer recorded lectures because I can learn with my own pace. If I want to replay something or if I want to increase the pacing, then I can do that. Next, what is your favorite online learning platform? Obviously, it is YouTube. There is just so much content available that sometimes it gets overwhelming what to watch and what not to watch. So it's really important to keep your resources very limited, and I try to do that. And YouTube has so many options to categorize your playlist or your learning playlist in a separate way. So YouTube is my favorite. It is free, accessible, and with good quality. Next, have you ever completed a full online course? Honestly, I've never completed a full online course. Like if there are 20 videos, sometimes I stop after 10 videos or 15 videos, but so far I haven't completed a full online course. Next, do you feel more comfortable learning online or offline? When it comes to comfortability, I always prefer offline because when you are having a real life interaction, there is just so much to learn. You read the mood of the person or the whole room, and accordingly, you can go with that. But online is not bad either. Next, what is the biggest advantage of online education for you? For me, I have a job right now because of online classes. So that's the biggest advantage. And now we can learn whatever we want to. There is no gatekeeping. There are a lot of creators, they talk about how they are making their videos. So you can take inspiration from them. You can literally buy their courses also. And these are few advantages that I don't think you can get it in offline classes. Next, do you sometimes feel distracted while studying online? All the time, not just sometimes. That's the problem. You have to be truly disciplined, or you have to build that discipline. So earlier I used to get distracted all the time, but now I think I'm a bit more focused comparing to my past self. So that's one problem. Next, how do you stay motivated during long online sessions? Keeping food on my table, if you are drinking enough water and if you are caffeinating yourself, if you are somebody who falls asleep very easily. So in my case, I always keep some kind of food with me, maybe a cup of coffee to caffeinate myself. I always drink water. So that keeps me engaged. Last question. What is the most interesting thing you have learned online? So many things. And one of them is content creation. It's not that I have literally taken courses for that, but just by observing people, looking at how they speak, how they edit their videos, how they represent themselves. So these are the few things I have learned just because of the internet, especially YouTube and Instagram. So that's the coolest thing I have learned. And if I have to talk about a particular course, I remember learning reasoning from a paid class. That class is still fresh. I have learned so many things, but I'm still not good at solving reasoning questions. So these were the 10 questions. I leave the rest of the 10 questions here. Practice. And if you're still facing some problems, drop me a message on my number. I provide online English classes in group and individual sessions. So if you have watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment if you are learning from these videos, and share this with somebody who is trying to learn English, and I'll see you very soon with another video. See you.